It worked. Hi. I've been having nothing but problems. So, here we go. Luckily, I think we're good. Alright. So, happy birthday, Aunt Shirley, over here. I'm getting turned around because I got my system, got a new camera, and it didn't want to work. So, here we are. Move that, make sure everybody can hear me. Okay, so what I wanted to start with was window here. I'm going to start here. All right. So, as many of you know, this is where we have our system. And try to keep it updated, but I've been having a bit lazy about it lately because of work. But right here at the top, the very first post. So what I did here is I linked everything that we have access to. So the Flickr's here, the YouTube is here, and the blog is here. And let's start at the blog. So let's open that. Boom. And it takes us to our home page. Which I probably need to work on this a little bit. I haven't done any of these, obviously, in a little while. March of 2023. It's the last post I made. But just to plan on it. But what I did add just recently was over here. We have Flickr Home. And up here, we have Flickr Home. So this is my little navigation cheat sheet. So here we bring us to the Flickr Home, and you get this little splash screen where you have just the family Larsons, which I kind of use as the title. So if you click this, it's going to bring us directly to the Flickr. And on Flickr, we got, this is the photo stream. So let me go back to the blog. Now, we go down here, you see, it's also there. So below, we have photo albums and family groups. And I'm planning on expanding this, but right now, let's just go to photo albums. And here, we're going to have a bunch of little splashes. But I tried doing it by the actual photo album. So here, this is Abigail White's photo album. This was Fannie Little's photo album. And this is Mary Larson Fiddler's album. Mary McLean Larson. So then we have our portrait gallery. And again, these are going to list you to each one. Here's the postcard collection, the Fiddler Family Home Sweet Home, the Mary McLean Larson. For Grandpa Collins' family side, we have the Clifford Collins photo album. I have Frances' photo album that she did. And basically, I took each of the ones that were collected already into an album, and they're here. And each picture or word takes you to those photo albums. So let's look at, since it's Aunt Shirley's birthday, let's look at the Fiddler Family Home Sweet Home. Just take a second. Ta-da! So here we are. So this is all of the photos that were contained in that binder that Mom got me from that had the Fiddler family. So, but I did my best at naming who the people were, and having it in here. So as we go along, and then you'll see some of the restorations that I've done in here, and the colorizations I stuck in here. But go along. You see the different groups. We have out to Uncle Adolph's farm. And I love this picture. It's very good. This is such a fun picture of Grandpa Nathan and the horses. Right up there on Fiddler Lane. Larson Lane. I love this fence too. Right up here. Let's see. We got Frances, Helen, and Baby Albert, taken in 1831. This is out of that album. So it's not a scan, it's a scan of a scan, but Pretty nice. And each time you can just click back to the album. So in here, you got Francis on the horse, the colorized one of the Nathan. You can zoom that out, make it a little nicer. You can see them horses. Colleen is outside. Things going on. Yeah. Nathan Fiddler and the sheep. Out in Montana. Oh, I love this photo too. It's a really great photo. Grandpa Nathan. Front and center. With his little sweater on and his buttons. Ready for school. All the girls with their bows. And the boys with their hats. Okay, so now we have who was in those photos. A little hard time reading cursive, but yeah, we worked through a lot of them. Emily Wood, Elizabeth Wood, Nancy Chrisman, Anna somebody, Nathan Fiddler, Philip Chrisman, Joseph Gage, Irving something with an S, Alton Wood. And we have the second row. We have Mabel something with an S, Susan something with an M, Emily Chrisman, Spencer Chrisman, Clarence Wood. And in the back row, we have Catherine Waldron, Lucille Van Buren, Esther Gage, and Miss Myra Mead, the teacher, who was married. I thought that was a fun one. So we go back to the album. Like I said, this is kind of the gist, and then at the bottom, because the page won't load all the pictures, so just go to the next page by either 2 or go to the arrow. And then we got Albert and Francis with the little sheep. This is a great photo. And I wish that I could be there with you guys, and I'm hoping that sometime in the spring to make some time. But I was hoping to give you some ideas of how to make this work while I'm not around. So each one of these will take you directly to a photo album. So if we want, we'll go to the portrait gallery, the one that I'm currently trying to finish. I've got a couple photos left. We have John Ward. So John Ward Fiddler was the great-grandfather to Nathan. So he's the first one who moved here from Waterville and bought the farm and started the farm at where it is today. You can see this portrait. I love this portrait. But here we have the original condition. I'll zoom in for you. So this is what the portrait looked like on scan. So I left it as it was so everybody could have a nice look at how, time had done a lot to this photo, but I thought it was pretty great. So I took the time. We go to the back side where Grandma Fanny, I believe, wrote this, since it was her. And I believe the page beside it stated my father, or my father-in-law, George's father. George Fiddler's father. And here it is once I restored it. So I decided to just restore the portrait piece, not the entire thing. But, I think it turned out pretty well. All that stuff is gone. Quite the crazy beard. And, but it was a fun photo to work on. Eliminated all that yellowing. Another great piece of this album, this was a really nice find for me, was Charles Little, who is Fanny Little's father. So here it is in normal condition. This is how it was scanned. He's got some scratches and scuffs, but looks like he's dressed up Sunday finest. And we have some of that molding, yellowing. And what I've discovered is that Charles Little, he owned the plot of land that's up near where the current church is, on Church Lane, just up beyond. I can pull out the map, and the mom actually helped me with to purchase, where it states that C. Little, and in the story by Warren Little, it actually describes how Charles tried to take up farming and had a very hard time with crops and the dirt, and so he decided to take on cows and try to turn the milking business. So it was a really interesting little story. I'll have to try to figure out what one that was from one of Warren Little's stories. Mom was able to give me those books, and I'm going to do my best to try to get them scanned. I'm pretty sure they're well past their copyright. I don't want to get in trouble. So here it is once I restored it. So just for everyone, and I cleared up the yellowing, and I tried to clear up all the scratches and just give us a nice portrait of a hard-working man who tried to make his best for his family. It's quite the suit. So here's this is the condition of the book. For those of you who don't remember or hadn't seen it, it was in pretty rough shape. So I've done my best to preserve it, but it was quite the endeavor just to get the photos out to scan them. And so, and like I said, in here there's some really great photos, and I believe this is Fanny and one of her sisters, maybe, but there's nothing listed under the title. It's just unknown. But I do believe Fanny had many brothers and sisters. So if we go, I can actually take a time out and go to my, I still have this open. So go to my tree so we all can see the ancestral line. So here we have Fanny and George down to Nathan. I should update Nathan's photo. But Fanny, like you can see, Charles and Abigail up here. There we are. So Charles and Abigail White, Charles Little, Abigail White, and these are all their children. I'll pull back a little bit. But as you can see, Fanny was, I believe, the second oldest, only to Arthur. And Arthur didn't live very long by the look of it. He looks like he died at 2 years old, around the same time that Fanny was born. And then she has a bunch of brothers, Robert, Jacob, before she has her first sister, Jeanette, May, and Augusta, and then Mahala. So I think one of those sisters is probably who's in that photo. But I'll take the time also, I mentioned in the other stream, but there was a woman, Catherine Sager, I believe, I might be mispronouncing her name, who was on the Schenectady page, and I tried to get into the Dwaynesburg page, but she had this photo of Alexander Little. And Alexander Little, as you can see, is my 5th great-grandfather, and he was the first Little that was born in the United States, and he was born in Princetown, Schenectady. And she was related to us through Robert Little and Alexander Little's other son, John Little, who married Miranda Wright. So down this line, we reach Catherine Sager. So that's a little sidetracking off of where we were, but here we are. So back to the album. Here we go. And also from here. So this is the navigating around Flickr. I wanted to make sure. So the blog will help you take you directly to a specific album that you want. In here, we have separated by albums. You have Myron's house, Missouri, the portraits. My uploads, you can see the Bruins. But all the different things that I've done. So collected gravestones, postcards, the Little White album. So down to family groups that I've been trying to organize in. But we have the Maybirds, Adolf Larson's family, do a bunch of scans. These were the Christmas slides I went through and I've been trying to organize into family groups. I got a section set up for letters that I'm still working on. More photo albums. You have Dwaynesburg Wrestlers. This unknown family. I'm still not 100% sure on who they are, but we believe that they're from Waterville, so I think they're the Watermans. Not 100% sure. I've been trying to line up ages and whatnot. That still hasn't quite come to pass. What else do we have? Lobdell family, George Lobdell, Ward Fiddler, Edith. Been trying to break them out into individual family groups. Get down, Mom, the Withingtons, Sharon. Get going down. And each one of these is an album with photos in it. I'm trying to fill them out. It'll come eventually. But again, you're going to get down here and then you're going to start seeing these music, anniversaries, weddings. We continue on to the second page. We'll see each different wedding showers, picnics or gatherings, Christmas, graduations, college, the car machine show. Those were some fun photos. Animals, funerals, historic places, railroad photos, photos of things that weren't railroad, but I thought were interesting. So we're going to put cars and buggies. The church, and then we get to areas like Twinsburg and Schenectady, Oleana, the log cabin, each place, and this is going to keep getting more and more filled out as I go. So right now you'll see there's only 4 or 5 photos in some, 1 in others, but we're slowly working on it. So that is where Flickr is, and you do not need to have a Flickr account. I want to make sure I said that. The Flickr account is only if you want to make a comment. So if you decided you wanted to say something about a photo, or you wanted to tag somebody, it would be a way to interact, but you do not need to. As long as you go in via here, back to the Facebook group, the very first page I said, right here, that Flickr, this allows you into that page and it gives you access to all the photos that are marked as family. So, and that's pretty much everything in here. So since it's Aunt Shirley's birthday, I thought it'd be fun to just run through the photos that I currently have tagged of Aunt Shirley. So we can start with some of the really young photos. We have Shirley and Sharon. Looks like Aunt Sharon's first birthday. Little pigtails. Oh, yeah, Sharon and Shirley and Mom. Pat. Dressed up, I think, for, what did I say it was? Graduation. It's Shirley Fiddler's graduation. Mom stated that was. We have a bunch of Jonathan. We have a little family. Jonathan, Don, Uncle Don, and Shirley. More Jonathan. And we have some of the wedding photos. I have more that need to be scanned. More Jonathan. Love that photo. Some of my early hymns, which I still hope to make these better someday. There we go. We have Shirley Sharon, Grandma Frances, and Grandma Helen. It's quite the swing. Alright. Rock pile. Somewhere near Crispin's, I believe it was stated. I love Aunt Shirley's glasses in this photo. Cat eye glasses. Oh my god. Oh, I like this. Up in the tree, sitting in the crook of a tree, just having a good time. Socks running all the way down to her ankles. What else we got? Oh, of course. We got the rabbit. And we got Queenie. We're having a good time. And then we have Shirley on the rocking horse. We have Shirley with a cow. I think it's Albert hiding out behind that. Pretty sure. Maybe. Maybe it's Grey Gordon, I can't say. Somebody's hiding there. Let's see. The colorizations I did. I love the wood pile too. And we got this one. That's a pretty good one. We got Shirley, Sharon, and some cats and little kittens. Oh, let me jump forward in time. I think it's Josie, I believe his mom said. Shirley, Mark, Francis, baby Jonathan sitting on the log cabin steps on the porch. It's pretty fun. And these are all available for everybody, whatever you guys want. Anything you want to see. And we have that same bunny and Queenie. And this photo was not colorized. This was a color photo. So it was pretty neat little find. 1948. I have the little trio. That's 1948 at Christmas. Look like they're all enjoying their family portrait. And the 1948 Thanksgiving dinner. And you're Shirley sitting there, right at the table. Grandpa Nathan, Grandpa Forrest. I believe that's Everett. Mildred and Everett Baker, I believe. Not 100% sure, so don't quote me. Oh, there you go. She's Carlson's. Maybe not. She just looked like Mildred Baker. Well, here's the Baker family. Back when they went out to see them in 1949. Love the little pumpkin. Oh, this is a great one. 1949 at Christmas. You got Grandpa Norman and Queenie. Quite the ice storm by the look of it. Up in there, there's the porch. Right down the hill. Winter of 1949. What else we got? Oh, this is a good one. Same one. 48. Here we have October is Dora, Paulina, and Shirley. And then again, this wasn't colorized. This was a color photo. So it's pretty neat. More of the Bakers. 49th wedding anniversary. 49 bringing in the hay. Then we got up here, I don't know if I can zoom in on this. We got think it's Albert and Raymond Gordon. And we got over here, it's Shirley and the Ann and Carol. That's what it was. Ann and Carol DeForest. Sutton. Sorry. Let's see. And all the way up to 1963 for the Arboretum. Going out to see that. 1963. Grandma, Frances and Shirley. Mom, I think it's Albert. Maybe not. I think it is, though. There's another apple picking photo somewhere. Oh, this is a very good one. 1949. In Washington Park. So as you can see, each one, this is just the ones that I have labeled. So we go back into the albums. Each person in here, I've done my best to label and sort the scans that I find. And we'll continue to work on that. I still have a large group of unknown people. Some of these people are now known, like that guy. I have his name. Just one of Grandpa's bosses. Got the old tin types. We got photos that still need to be sorted. A lot of photos that still need to be sorted. But, so that's pretty much how this works. Each one of these is an album. Now, I'm going to go back to the blog. If we go back to the family groups now, you'll see that I'm still working on adding more and more. But we have the George Lobdell, Fanny, and little Nathan. So, and each one of these links goes to a separate album as well. So this will take you directly to Aunt Shirley's. Like this takes us directly to Uncle Albert and all his photos that have Uncle Albert in them. So the more that I had, oh, there's some wrong ones. See, this is why I still need to work on this. Somehow those got stuck in here. So let me pull those out. Those are wedding photos. So, as it is, it's not perfect, but I'm trying to do my best with it. Yeah. So again, taking back to here, the blog. This is where the blog is located. This is where Flickr is located. And this will take you to the YouTube channel that I'm on right now. And I've been trying to keep the videos, and when I make the memoir videos, they're gonna go there. And oh, let's see. No, that was junk mail. I thought maybe it was Mom. So, what else can I show you? I got the blog, I got my tree. And be glad to go over any of these with anybody, anytime. We got the Suttons, the Larsons. So go in to look at the Suttons. So here I've tagged all the Suttons. 1959, Doris holding Uncle Mark. You got the Sutton kids in 53. I like this picture. It's a pretty good one. So you got the rifle and a basketball. And we got a bunch of neat little presents under the tree. Looks like they had quite the fun Christmas. And this is a great photo too. And this is some of my earlier scans, so I'm hoping to redo them again. A lot of people can't see the difference, but when I look at some of these original scans I did, so these are some of the older scans. I've learned a lot of new techniques to make them better as I scan. It's pretty good. is a good one too. It's a little washed out, but it says 1950. Uncle Bob and Lois Larson. Oh, I can't remember her name. Her husband's name. I can't remember it. It's gonna come to me. Keith. And then Howard Larson and Bertha, Doris, and Aunt Sharon. It's quite the fun little photo. So that's how this works, and I'd like to be able to help more. My goal is to make this be the kind of the pathway in. If you know specifically somebody you would like to look up, these albums will take you directly to them, and yeah. And then once you get used to how Flickr works, you can navigate that. So, I guess, what time is that? Just about 3. How about I just do one photo? Pretty sure. Make sure it opens. Go over how this works. Boom, it's loading. Sorry. Window, Photoshop. Alright, I'm gonna go in here. I think I saved a good one for here. I'm almost finished the photo album. This one. There we go. Pull out my tablet. So, for those who don't know, this is a Wacom tablet. And we'll dusty it on. With my handy dandy little pen, I can access all the tools. So we start looking at the photo of Fanny, the scan that I have, which I believe. Knocking everything over on my computer. Yep, here we are. So I have not got this put back in its sleeve yet. But this is that photo. So you can see the size of my hand. That's the size of this photo. So here's the original cardboard. And if we look at the back, this is 17 years of age. So this is her, Fanny, at 17. And if we look at, what's that, 1867, so 1877, 1884. So it's pretty good photo for 1884. So let's zoom in a little bit, start taking a look. So if you can see here, you can see the yellowing. This yellowing is due to the portrait it was kept in. So the card, because this is like on a hard cardboard, was kept with this oval. So all you could ever see of this photo was what is yellow. So see down, it's just the portrait. You couldn't see the border or anything. So when I pulled out the photo, that's when you could see this. See, we got this nasty crack right through it. That seems to be the biggest issue with this photo. So we're gonna just do a quick. This one is pretty nice. There's not much to be done here. So we'll just go through and we'll hit big. I'm looking for big spots. I kind of like the fact the yellowing is there. Lets you know a little bit of the story to it. So we'll come down. And now we're gonna pull out these little. Zoom in. So here, you can hear Zoe. He wants to go out because Colleen is running around outside. There we go. So again, I'm sorry for how this all started. This is the 4th little stream thing I've done. This is the first one with the new camera, so hopefully It looks a little better. It has a different position rather than looking at the side of my head, which had been working. I did a little practice last night to make sure it all worked so I could show you all how to navigate. And again, I'm really sorry that I couldn't be there. I wanted to be. Um, there is a lot that has just come up this month, especially as many of you know. And now Colleen is going to be coming to first shift. So as much as I would have liked to come, it just was kind of out of the question of able to be done. So I do plan on hopefully sometime in the spring. Hopefully sometime in the spring, make a time, work with Mom, and see when I can at least get up to there to see them. But I'll probably do this more often for anybody who wants to tune in. And if you don't, then you can watch it later. I'll keep them up on YouTube in their own little channel. Okay, so now we're getting to our repair. So here we got this to fix. Just quick fixing this. So I'm just touching it up. And this is a repair tool, which is basically taking the background of where you're swiping from and trying to match the pixels to where you're swiping to. So it is effectively a fancy eraser, but it keeps the background. So if you wipe up from here, it'd get darker. If you wipe down from here, it's lighter. So you try to keep those little swipes because you want to keep the background in touch. It's just slow work, little by little. And if you just take your time, get the bits and pieces that are on the same side of the collar, a little bit that's on the line, a bit on the white. Slowly but surely we're going to fix that little crack and make it nice for everybody. And good restoration looks like no one ever restored anything. I don't want this to look like a picture perfect picture. It's going to have some age to it, but I want to show the best side I can. And it's kind of fun. It's relaxing. I don't like to do it when I'm too stressed out because I don't want to make a mistake or have to go back and scan the original again. Here we go, a little bit of a hard piece. You see the fold. Trying to get the yellow to match the line. Trying to get rid of the black. And it'll probably never be perfect. This is what is. It's all the same color background, so it shouldn't have too much of a problem. Just touch it up. Okay. I'm going to pull back, and we have a little bit of a color here where that doesn't quite line up. I just want to pull that yellow. I like that. Hoping to get more of the line, not less of the line. Okay, so then I can do this. It's a rather fancy tool. Oh, sorry. I'm feeling crazy. Okay. There it goes. We'll tag here. Come down. Oh, too much. Nope. Alright. This is get finicky. Right. Try to line this up. Right. And drop down. We get the line. The goal being is that we just want that line back. Less of a break to it. There. Now when I pull back, we shouldn't see anything too bad out of the ordinary. A little bit in there with the edge of the photo. Let's not stress out about the edge of the photo. And go back in here, shrink this back up. So, this is what I've been doing. And I'm going to go over how scanning works for anybody interested when I get some. I usually take time and I'll do lots of scans. Do it all in one day because it's time consuming to make sure the photos are laying correct and then to get the scans just right. So we just want it to be just right. So when I focus on scanning, I usually just focus on scanning. So now I'm going to pull back, and now you're left with a little bit of the yellowing. See that where that portrait was laying. I have this lovely writing. I don't know who wrote over that, but it looks like somebody had a relatively nice family. And some little kid wanted to make sure it was clear to them. Who knows? Maybe it was Grandpa Nathan when he was a little boy. But there we go. So make sure I save this.
Mom Van Voorhis or Patricia Van Voorhis?
There's Mom. Now, oh, I'll call her back. Let's see. Anyway, I hope this has helped. Went directly to voicemail. I hope this has been helpful. I wish that I could be there and be talking to you guys. I'm gonna go over here. Stop sharing. I don't know. What else can I show you? What else? Mom called, but it just wasn't nobody there. So I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep hammering this home that when you go to the group page, so here's right here, here's our live stream. Happy birthday again, Aunt Shirley. But it's always the first page, so the very first thing at the top, and it just says, I put these videos on YouTube. So I made sure that I saved it so that way the very first conversation has everything. And I hope that helped. I wish that I could talk to you guys in person and show you exactly what you'd like to see. I think it'd be pretty fun to go over. And I'm just really sorry that I can't be there. So I hope y'all have an amazing day. And I hope that everybody has a good time. Miss and love you guys. Hopefully spring. I don't know about winter. But I'm definitely going to stay on continuing to work on these updates, push these updates. So Flickr will continually be updated. As you can see here, I'm going to go take this. It's going to give me this screen here for a second. We're going to go over here. I'm going to pull up what we just did. So take that photo that I just scanned. And we'll rename it. Banning Little, 17 years of age. And we'll take that and we'll drop it right there. There it goes, uploading. We're going to go add it to Portrait Gallery photo album. And we're going to change it so only family can see it. And that's that tag that I said allows you guys, when you tune in, to be able to watch it. Be able to find anything without making an account. Now, they do have a free account that you can set up. It doesn't cost anything. There is a paid one, but the paid is only like what I have to do. So I pay a yearly subscription, and they allow me to store all of our photos here. And just so you're all aware, I don't store them just here. They're also stored on an external hard drive and on my computer. So they're in 3 places. I'm looking into getting another portable external hard drive so I can update that and have a third, fourth source. Make sure we don't lose these. And yeah, if people are interested in a photo, if you come across something that is really important, I will gladly get you whatever level of you want. And as you can see, here's the ones of the album version rather than the photo stream. Random order, which I don't know. But you can see all the ones I've done recently, including the ones I've done during the there's some really good ones. I like this one. Might be a good one to go show. And there we go. Down at the lower place. Your Grandpa George. You got Myron, little young Myron. You got Fanny and Nathan's fancy chair. And you got Ward. So, and they're all having it's a pretty nice picture. I like his hat. So I don't know if Mom will call me back. But yeah, stream version is just an endless loop. If you ever go to photo stream after you come in here, it's just a one after the other of what I've worked on. So you'll usually see the one that's the original and then the restored one on ones that I feel like I did a lot of work to. And others, here's the original, and then I only restored the portrait. Like I didn't restore the whole frame. And so we can go into who a lot of these people are, like the Bensons. We have Till Benson and Grant Benson, and I believe Henry Benson. So, and it's really interesting with that. So in here, we can go and find on the tree. We'll look up Henry Benson, Henry Grant Benson. Let's go look. So there he is, Henry Grant Benson. His father was Edwin Grant Benson and Matilda Lobdell. So there's Matilda on the Lobdell side. And if we have George and Alice Lobdell. And we have Alexander Lobdell and Matilda Lobdell. I believe it's Henry. Why not? I'm trying to remember. Maybe it is Matilda Lobdell. Daniel Lobdell. There it is. So we go back up to Daniel Lobdell. So it's quite a daisy chain before we get to Elias Lobdell. And there is Sarah. Now, this photo, just so you're following along, we look back here. Let's find the photo stream. So here we have Grant and Till Benson and their son Henry. So that's the family. Now, Grandma Franny, let's just follow this logic, right? So here they are, and here's Sarah. So Sarah then has Fanny, has George Lobdell, who married Fanny Little. This is her album. So this nephew, way down here, would be George Lobdell's over to uncle. So niece. So this would be George Fiddler's niece's son. And it's in Fanny Little's book. But if we look, they were in Troy, Rensselaer area, the Lobdell family. That's how that little interesting hierarchy works. And yes, I've done research into many of these people, but not all of them. I don't know much about Grant Benson's family, as you can see here. But it's been fun, and I keep learning more and more every day. I think that's a good spot to stop, and I hope anybody who watches this enjoys it and learns something. I'm probably going to clip out the part about Flickr and the blog to make short videos for y'all. And I hope you all have a fun time, and happy birthday, Aunt Shirley. Bye.